Do you ever have a collision
Mhm.
as like every other artist during that age with Pinye?
Pinye is my boy. No, we all had. But let me tell you why.
Mm.
Pinye is a perfectionist. And over the years, the beat was his baby. The beat was Pinye aliniambia tu live, but this message za mangoma zako mpaka saa zile utatoa ngoma ina make sense. Why lie? Mama was played on Mother's Day. Akaniambia next Mother's Day. Kwa sababu iko na the word mama. Sawa. Then after that akaniambia okay. So because I used to keep on taking stuff and it's like not there, not there, not there. Yo, when Chokoza came out, it was beat of the week for sijui how long. When Hakuna Yule came out, it was beat of the week for sijui how long. Kitu kimoja. Now he told me, okay, now you're doing music.
I don't know if I'm right to say this. Afrobeat is actually Kenyan.
Afrobeat is Kenyan.
It was our genre that they came, studied, left with it.
They've said it. It's not something we're speculating. They've said it. They have said it time and time again that the journey for the Nigerian music industry started in Kenya. Because we're the ones who are actually paying attention to a lot of, the rules. Our gatekeepers and our gate people, I don't want to call them keepers, but the people who are actually creating the gates, they were very specific about the kind of content that we should be putting out there. I've never been one to try so hard to fit in.
Well, nah, I don't think over the years, I must say that's true. You've always stood out.
I've never had FOMO. I have no fear whatsoever of missing out. When everyone is going this direction, I go like, okay, cool.
I'll have realized my.
Let me go this way. This way feels more familiar. This way, I can control a lot of the elements. This way, I feel like there's way more for me as compared to that direction. So if you guys are going that way,
And of course, 5 out of every 7 households in Kenya is either on a tablet, on a TV, or a mobile phone. Definitely watching Kenya's most mature podcast. This is Lessons at 30 with Dr. Ofweneke. My name is the Eagle himself, the Duke of Kakamega. Dr. Ofweneke is my name. And ladies and gentlemen, it's such another beautiful honor to just be there. You're spending on your wife or your data bundles, of course, just getting ready to get into some lessons. Again, remember, this is not just a podcast. This is a class. Of course, out of this, you must walk away with something. Get your pen, get your paper right, because today we're traveling or we're making a journey. We're getting into any shuttle of your choice. We're getting into bus of your choice from Nairobi all the way to Nakuru and see where the story officially starts from. That's our guest lecturer on the show today. Tumekuja Chokoza, ladies and gentlemen, Avril live in the house. But before we get there, ladies and gentlemen, please remember, if you're watching from Europe, you're watching from the USA, you're watching from UAE, there's only one way to send money back at home and into direct into a till number, especially at this time. Ladies and gentlemen, it can only be through Lemfi. So please get in your mobile phone, download Lemfi. And of course, that is the safest, most trustable way and the fastest way to get money from one place to another. We don't care about boundaries. We don't care about visas. We don't care about any approvals. It's right from one phone to another, from somewhere in London all the way to somewhere in Kakamega. That's how we do it. I don't know waste too much of your time, ladies and gentlemen. You better sit back, relax, whenever you are in traffic, you're in a matatu, you're in a car, you're in a bus, you're in the house, you're trying to make a house clean, and you're wondering, my goodness, I cannot wait to hear this story. Millennials, especially for the guys, you know what this lady reminds us about. All right. And for the young ladies, I know Gen Z and a big shout, of course, to the likes of Saru and Mandy and the rest. But of course, this was our own, more like Kelly Rowland. This was more like, oh my goodness, this was our brandy, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get straight into it. My goodness, a top entrepreneur, a top vocal artist, a top artist, ladies and gentlemen, and live on the show today. And guess you didn't know, just not only one degree, but a couple of degrees, ladies and gentlemen. Let's appreciate the one and only Avril Nyambura live on the show. Give me a high five, girl.
It's already church our
What are you
My
answer?
goodness. My goodness. My goodness. Were you describing me? Me no man describe Ofweneke. Where? Okay.
Let me ask,
Okay.
why is it that people tend to think you are too serious? People think you're too serious.
Hey, Maze, lately I'm being called, hey, Sasa Mom, by like random young guys, and I'm like, jamani, nilifika hapo lini? I am a very serious person when it comes to don't take my money and other things. But I'm me. I just live life and enjoy life one day at a time. I take life one day at a time.
What is that one thing, if you ever hear about Avril or you've ever heard about Avril and you're like, wait a minute, nah, I know me better than not to be me. What is that one character that has been labeled on you?
Have I really been labeled? I don't think I give people enough content to be labeled. So I haven't heard so much about me unless if it's something that I have personally brought to light. So yeah, and they don't bother me much, so I don't pay attention to them. So if there have been labels, I'm not privy.
I like that. Now we're gonna go way back to the past, but of course I'm gonna pick something from a little bit in the past, the recent past. You wake up this day and you've done a collabo. First of all, was it based on you missing the industry? Did you miss getting into the studio? Do you get those moments?
I was literally dragged to the studio by Kendi. Kendi's a friend of mine. We were in two completely different labels, but we, found ourselves actually, our energies just gelled and they were attracted to each other. So Kendi was in Caliph and I was in Ogopa DJs at the time when we were starting off our careers. And we became friends for the longest time. I call her for gigs, she calls me for gigs. We ended up actually even having, a more personal relationship in terms of we'd hang out, have club events. Do I want to divulge too much?
It's okay.
We would hang out. We would hang out a lot, and my friends became her friends. Her friends became my friends. We've shared quite some time together. So when she did this song, I told her this song needs a remix because it had not yet gotten to the place where it was supposed to get to. It was funny, it was witty. I heard it and I was like, no, you need to do a remix to this song. So that suggestion, kumbe was
You're the one getting into it.
Nikajingiza and she was like, yes, and you definitely have to be in it. Mziki, I'm not in that space, but hey, let's do it. And we went to the studio and it was so much fun. It was my first time to actually be in Viquest's studio. And he's a younger generation producer. So the vibes are interesting. They're different. They're fun. It wasn't science. It was art. Back in the day, we used to chambua music and treat it so much like a science where this is a formula. Yeah.
This is how we're going to do it.
This is how we're going to do it. It takes this amount of time. And I think it's helped us create a lot of structure, hence the reason why hapa sijui kama nafaa kusema.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
It's because
It's lessons at 30.
It's because of what, yes, this is actually a lesson. I feel like the approach that we had back in the day was so structured to the point that we've been able to live off our music to date. Okay? So it was a
What
science.
are the structures, Avril? What are the structures?
We knew how long it would take for music to get to the ears of people. We had rollouts. It was a proper science. Some vile unaweza fanya hesabu. Unajua hii ngoma by the way tasikizwa na hawa. We knew our demographics. We knew how to write music for that demographic. And then that demographic shifted to another age group. We knew either to stay with our people or we
Try to adapt.
stick or either we move to the next generation or we decide that this is the demographic that we're going to be feeding forever. It's just the same way. And this is a lesson that I learned from a marketeer. Fanta, for instance, let's say Coca-Cola industry, the Coca-Cola industries, they have an age group for every product that they put out. They have a demographic that they study intensely to be able for that product to fit that market always. Let me give you an example. Fanta, as I was going to. Fanta has always been that drink that kids enjoy, right?
Yes.
Do you as an adult enjoy Fanta anymore?
Too sugary.
So, they have a demographic that they stick to, and year after year, you move to a different age set, but it still appeals to the same demographic that it appeals to. So you as a brand, you always think about these things. You are supposed to think, okay, so I'm supposed to be able to have a consumer who is between 18 to 24. How is the now 18, 24-year-old lady behaving? Because next year they're going to be 19 to 25. The other year they're going to be 20, 26. And they'll completely have different things in their lives. They're probably going to have careers. But the 18 to 24 is a completely different person. So I took that message and I decided to put it in my music. I wrote for the 18 to 24-year-old girl. And up to date, I feel like I still write for the 18 to 24-year-old girl, especially seeing how Confirm became so viral with that particular verse.
You get into the studio and it's furthermore in the studio and he's a big star within this generation and this demographic, as you've put it.
Yeah.
Did you, in your mind, on an honest opinion, did you feel the pressure to want to appeal to his generation? Or you're like, you know what, I'm just going to be Avril. I'm going to bring me to the game.
Yeah. There's a line I always tell people that I work with, producers, if I have a songwriter on board, I always tell people, can we Avrilize this? Can we Avrilize this? This doesn't feel like Avril. I know my brand to the point of the music that I churn out has to have an element and a component of Avril. So when someone listens to this song without even knowing who is singing, they'll immediately go, that's Avril, isn't it? And it actually showed up because when people heard my verse on Confirm, they're like, oh my God.
She's older.
That's without even knowing who the person was. So I always go back to Avrilize. I've never been one to try so hard to fit in.
Well, nah, I don't think over the years, I must say that's true. You've always stood out.
I've never had FOMO. I have no fear whatsoever of missing out. When everyone is going this direction, I go like, okay, cool.
I'll have realized my.
Let me go this way. This way feels more familiar. This way, I can control a lot of the elements. This way, I feel like there's way more for me as compared to that direction. So if you guys are going that way, good for you, but not necessarily for me. Yeah.
Nice. There's something you say that caught my attention. Is that when Kendi reached out about you getting into the studio and you told her you don't feel like you're in that place anymore. what advises you as an artist the time to drop the microphone and say, you know what, it's time to move to other things?
Do you ever? You never. It's a calling.
But you just said, you were not
I
in that
was not
space.
in that space,
Mm.
but that doesn't mean that you drop the microphone.
Mm.
I mean, we've seen artists who Patti LaBelle has been on stage for
Mm.
the longest time. Madonna has even
Until
changed
now.
up to today, and she's in her 70s. I'm
Yeah.
not sure.
Mm.
You've seen so many artists who have stuck the course, not even releasing new music, but just playing classics. We've seen artists who've actually literally died on stage.
Yeah. Like so looking at Papa Wemba and the
Papa
rest.
Wemba collapsed on stage.
Mm.
I don't think you ever get to that place where you want to drop the mic. You just don't feel as inspired as you were when you were beginning, when you were starting the journey. You feel like, but the songs I listen to, I'm like, oh, I wish angefanya hivi. I wish this was like this. I wish it was like
Wow.
this. And it actually peeves you out. But not necessarily being in that space where you're churning music. I honestly am in a space where if I'm to do an album, I'll close my ears and just do an album. Not necessarily for anyone, but for myself. I know my fans are going to be like, come on, how dare you say that?
Yeah, I mean,
But-
you're more so like Rihanna. We kept on begging you for an album the whole goddamn
Nimekuwa
time.
Rihanna,
Yeah, they're
sivyo?
like, please.
Wasimamie na Rihanna tukosea WhatsApp.
Well, that one by there I wouldn't, because I think more or less you guys were in almost at the same time.
We hey, okay,
No, no.
so when you Google Rihanna for this, in the next couple of weeks, you're gonna find my name there as well. Yeah.
What? I love this part of Avril that you guys have never seen.
But look at her life, look at my life.
Mm.
There's more to life than just one journey. I always keep on going back to this statement that I think I made up. Philosopher
I see you getting there.
sijui kama mnajua mimi nakuaga ka Aristotle in my own right. But life is a book. Life is like a book. You didn't want to read a boring book, right? A boring book just says the same story over and over again. And that's life, isn't it?
Exact chapter 4.
Like, fanya kitu. Make it interesting. Life has different chapters, and each and every single chapter needs to have a story. And for a woman, the stories are so vast. The stories are, do I want to get married? Do I want to stay single? Do I want to have children? Do I want to be child free? Yeah? Haya ndio menopause imeanza kuingia. Oh my God. Why do I have hot flashes? This and this and this. Do I want career in this? Do I want to change everything by the time I'm getting to 40? I mean, I'm 40 years old this year. And I feel like I have done Najua. Oh my God, right? I'm 40 this year. And I feel like life needs to have different things, different components. I've done the music thing. I've loved it. I've been behind the scenes in music policy. Loved it. I've learned IP law, or at least gusia, so I can be able to understand, the business of music. It's different, being a musician and actually being part of the conversation for musicians. Very different dynamic, because you start understanding so much more that goes into the industry, the creative economy in its entirety. And then you get to a place and you're like, I could do this. So I asked ChatGPT to roast me. Like 2 days
it
ago.
can?
It can, but then you should try it. It is so funny.
I think when I just want to massage my ego, that's when I go to ChatGPT. Tell me something about Dr. Ofweneke.
Tell me something about
An
me.
intelligent, witty stand-up comedian.
No,
I'm
you're
like,
not ask it to roast you. Oh my
I'll do that.
God.
So what does it tell you?
I was told I collect careers like infinity rings. Like those rings are kina nani. Let's go infinity rings are going any rings. Those rings. The league of something. Justice League. Yes. So I was told I collect careers like that. And what are we here for?
Collect them.
If not to collect as much as you want to. I mean, life is for the living. Do it. Do this, let it fail, jump onto something else. Do it, let it succeed. And something that I've learned from entrepreneurship as well is not every business is supposed to last a lifetime.
Mm.
So there's some careers that just do not need to last a lifetime. Do things.
It's done. It's done.
Do things.
Close the chapter.
Yeah. It's done. It's done. Moving on. Yeah. If
Whoa.
you're an actor, strive to have a film production space or company. Moving on from that, think of becoming the permanent secretary in charge of the creative economy. Moving on from that, think of creating laws. Think of how you're going to stand in front of parliament and say, by the way, Metufinya, for a very long time, we need to have structure in this. Like, do something with your life, make it exciting.
You got me there. You're clearly drawing my plan.
Yeah. Ofweneke, when are you opening your radio station? Lakini will radio succeed in this in the next 30? I think it will.
Well, once I
I
leave
think it
radio,
will.
I will answer you that question.
Yeah.
Once I leave radio, I'll answer you that question.
Because how crazy is it that we are venturing into the unknown, eh? As in, we're battling AI now as creative sector.
Mhm.
Someone can go into the computer and generate a photo and put it on a billboard. They don't need us anymore. How crazy is that? So
I've seen like 5 billboards today.
thank you. So what's your next 10 years from now? Suno is creating music.
I because I'm on radio.
Yep.
And on my second hour 8, my first song of the news is normally a gospel song.
And the one you've been playing is
AI.
thank you.
And that song was deep.
Dun 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 dun. Na 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 na. Mko hapo mna jam and you're jamming to AI music. So what's the musician going to do 10 years from now? In fact, I see 10 years.
No,
By the year
we've
2030, majority of the content that's going to be. And DSPs are accepting this. I actually had a conversation with the someone who represents my music.
Mm.
And I was like, yo, yeah, you guys you will say how you are 7,000 artists, but what's your plan for AI? And gone are the days where Africa was behind.
No, we
Everything is happening at the same time now. Everything is happening at the same time now. So tuko World War 3 saizi.
Mm.
Tuko hapo tu gai.
Tunaiona,
Sasa
imagine.
mbona mnaongea na tuko kwa kona fulani hapa? It's going to affect us directly. It's going to affect us directly. So what's your plan? Sitaki kushtua wase, but what's your plan? God makes our plans seem very trivial because, he has a plan for each one of us. In fact, if you look 5 years ago, where you thought you would be 5 years later, like hata uamini mahali uko, because like there's no way this was the path that I thought I was going to be on 5 years ago. Personally, I have seen things and I'm like, what? Jana, I was having a moment with myself and I'm like, things I manifested have come to pass 5 years later.
Here we are.
Yeah. And now I'm thinking, okay, 5 years from now, what's going to happen? Definitely in a different space, if not making up the future for this creative economy that has fed me, that has taken me through school, that is now feeding my child.
You've got me thinking a lot of things.
Think, Sana. Gone are the
yeah.
days where things were only happening in the West, happening in Africa as well. And quickly at that, probably quicker. Because we have a very
Our energy is very high.
Extremely. Nairobi is the Silicon Valley of Africa.
Who would ever think?
Tech giants are coming to this space. They're trying to figure out. Not even trying. They know. In fact, they're the ones who even like steering us. Yeah.
The production industry is surely coming to Kenya.
Look at the amount of
Nigerians living in South Africa, they're coming to Kenya.
Yes, everyone is coming to Kenya. African Americans are coming to Kenya and they're buying chunks of land and relocating in the motherland. Where are you in that equation? Are you being led? Are you leading? Are you figuring things out? Have you even thought about it?
This young girl is in Nakuru.
Yeah.
What order in the family are you?
I'm the firstborn.
Oh God.
Yeah, I made my mommy a mommy.
With a smile on your face. How many are you though?
We're two.
Just two.
Yeah, two. Then there's like a small girl from another relationship before my dad passed away.
Mm.
So yeah, I have a brother and a smaller sister, younger sister.
Do they see you as Avril or do they see you as Nyambura?
Nyambura. I have very clear lines.
Mm.
I have very, very clear lines of who Nyambura is, who Judith is, who Avril is. Yeah, I have very clear lines. Someone said I have a split personality. I think I do.
I think all firstborns do. Because
Right?
I get a lot of that. Even yesterday, I was told the same thing.
Yes.
So there are times when I'm cheeky, jovial, up and down. The times I'm like, eh. But I don't think I like that.
We are psychos.
I think all firstborns.
We're psychotic. We're a bit psychotic. We are. By then I'll be laughing and playing with my son, and all of that I switch on him. I'm like,
Young man.
oh, so you thought I'm your brother, right? Unaita bra kwa nini? Bra. Bra.
My firstborn daughter called me, the one you met,
Yes.
Faith. Faith called me that last week when I was picking her from school, from midterm. It's like, bro, so you know the food we eat? I'm like, hey.
Tusipite hiyo
Like,
nini?
I ain't you, bro.
Lines have to be very clear.
Did you, because I see a lot of firstborns or elder siblings coming out with this whole black tax thing. Was really a thing that as you were growing up as a firstborn, especially when your music started picking up, probably?
I can't call it black tax. I just wanted to support where I could because I was young. I started my career when I was in second year of uni. So I was making money. I had nowhere to go to. I had nowhere to go to apart from, a random, hey, I just Dubai, twende. I have the tickets. Let's go. So I was making a lot of money when I was younger. And why not help out where I can? Pay school fees here, help out here. So for me, it's never been a burden. It's not a burden. Just help out if you can. But if it's something that is so crazy to the point that you cannot move, then that becomes a bit insensitive from a parent or even from relatives. It becomes a bit crazy.
What is it you've picked from mom as a parental trait that you find yourself administering it on your son?
Yeah. Education. Education is very important. I am here because of the sacrifices my parents made to make sure that I have an education. And hata kama sina shilingi kwa mfuko. Afadhali niende nipige. You remember that grandmother who went to the kids' school with chicken? Akisema tu please. I swear mi napiga magoti. Nasema tafadhali. Kubalisheni tu mtoto wangu ende shule. Education is very important. Why? And I saw someone some young guy trending on Instagram the other day saying he has a whole degree in architectural science and he doesn't have he's selling shoes. But you know what education does? It opens up your mind to thinking. I have a whole product design degree. This year ndo nimeanza kuitumia. In fact, I even forgot about my degree. I went to UO and I even posted. I'm like, guy, I've never gone for that physical paper. Like,
this whole time?
Yo, I graduated I started school in 2010. I was given a bill of 16,000. Because every year that they
18 cars.
Yes.
So 16 years.
16 years.
Yes, it's 16 years because that's how long I've been in the industry.
Yes. So I was told I have a bill, 16K to go. This is the time I'm using my physical degree. But have I been using it? Like using the wealth, the knowledge from uni? I have. The connections, the people that I met? Yes. And that's what school is for. I feel like we cocoon ourselves in this thought that because nilisomea udaktari nafaa kuwa daktari. What if you're the person who discovers the next frontier in medicine and medical whatever and stuff. You don't have to be physically a doctor. This other gentleman I was telling you about has an architectural science degree. What if you invent the next cement? Yeah, that is crazy good for this particular landscape and terrain and yeah. What if you become the next person who discovers, I don't know, I'm not an architect, but what if the
You
possibilities.
can make a whole 3-story out of a sponge.
Correct. And right now with AI, there's so many possibilities. You can utilize the tools and the resources that are out here to be able to, make yourself better. If you studied photography, what if you're the next, you're the next Boni and you go into war zones and you create content and you do this and you do this. Not everyone is going to have a studio. Think. And that's what education does. It makes you think. And I really hope that as African mothers and fathers, that we are able to equip our children to learn. And it's not just about school. It's about umepitia tao umeona kitabu fulani ukachukulia mtoto wako ukampatia asome. Yeah? A random abbot somewhere and then all of a sudden your child is a whole physicist.
I like that. Were you a daddy's girl?
I was. My dad passed away in 2016. Still am. I mean, memories live on, don't they?
Yeah, they do.
They do. Alikuwa na lecture.
Why?
Linga mziki. My dad was not happy. Because he knows my brain is for way more. Or rather, he knew that my brain was for way more. So he was always like, music, Nyambura. I did a whole presentation. Like, yes, daddy, music. Like, are you sure?
This was in the beginning. Before now you blew up.
Yes. When I was stealing time and not being seen for the whole day and they wonder where I am. Kumbe niko wa bedroom studio fulani mahali Nakuru. Like what? Yeah. But he ended up, taking.
Did he ever come to any of your shows?
Yes, he did. Especially when I was in Nakuru. But now my dad, I get the entrepreneurship thing from my dad. So would get there and he's like, Sasa, speakers kama hizi ni shilingi ngapi hivi Nyambura?
Nice.
Nice stage. Kwa hivyo unataka kuniambia tukieka kama tunaweza alafu sasa watu wana haya. My dad would see things. My dad did, I think, through my lifetime with him, he grew chilies. Kuna mahali alikuwa na onions. He used to mango season, yeye ndo alikuwa na supply pikana mangoes. Like, if there's an opportunity, let's do it. There's always a problem, and this is the solution. Yeah, so I think that's so I was definitely a daddy's girl, and I learned so much from him, especially when it comes to entrepreneurship and having an entrepreneurial spirit.
Did he influence the kind of man that you always envisioned? The kind of man that you'd want to get married to?
To a percentage. A high percentage, yes. Yes, he had his demons, of course, as all men do.
Hey.
But, yeah.
What? All men just got a stray bullet right there.
But when he came to taking care of his kids, he took care of us. He really did.
He was in it for big.
Oh, he was. He did not joke about.
What is his last statement ever? Your last interaction with him? Either on call or physical. What is his last statement?
It was my baby sister's birthday. Oof. It was a Tuesday and he passed away like 2 days after that. So it's a happy memory. It's a memory where we were together as a family. And he was clearly and visibly very happy to have us all around him. So how my dad passed away, let me give you context. So my dad got a heart attack early 2016. And he thought it was his gallbladder. Alikuwa anapenda sana kujidiagnose.
It's all men again.
As all men do. So he self-diagnosed. By the way, nope, you're getting a heart attack. So he was taken to hospital. After he was taken to hospital, he was actually taken straight to HDU because it was quite a
Very serious,
massive one. Then, unfortunately, his heart was really, really hurt, and he got another heart attack. Now, the second heart attack is after he was discharged, and he was at home. So throughout this period of between hospital and being at home, we knew it was going to be okay. Yeah. So us actually having that big birthday was more of
He's here.
he's here.
Yeah,
He's from hospital, and we can have
he
cake.
made it for the birthday.
Exactly. So yeah. So when it happened, it was sad, but
That was it.
we managed to go through it. Become better people for it.
How do you? Because I know for me when mom left, I think it's been almost 17, 18 years when mom left. For me, first of all, it's because we didn't know each other that well. We had just met.
Oh,
right?
yikes.
We just known each other for like around 3 years. Because she had never been there. Right? Then all of a sudden, like, whoa, mama's gone. Then I never cried. I was like,
You didn't know her.
I was like, didn't know. Until
It
one day.
hits you.
One day later, I don't know, almost we were to look at blend,
Yeah.
club blend.
I remember the one Mombasa Road.
Yes. And we were partying, and I have this Hennessy on my glass. God, thank God I left. I quit.
Nakwambia pombe inakuwaga.
Nakwambia ilinipanda, nakwambia nilipiga kinduru.
I know.
Then from that, just told my boys, hey guys, you know what's up? Just tell me how much my contribution is. Meaning the home. So from blend all the way to Ruaka, Avril, I go to the house, I close the door.
Yeah.
Where?
I remember that for myself as well. We millennials, we have been trained not to have feelings, you know. We've been trained not to have feelings. So what we do is that we try as much as possible to just suppress everything. Yeah.
Put it in a can, put it on the shelf.
Yeah. In fact, my booking agent told me the same thing. Unajua unapenda kuweka vitu kwa roho uziongelea alafu za kuja zinalipuka, unanilipukia. Shaura Njoroge ni aje. Unakuja unanilipukia. But yeah. Saizi ndio tumeanza hizi stories za kwenda therapy. Yeah. Is that my phone?
No, it's not.
Okay, sorry. Saizi ndo tumeanza stories za therapy. Saizi ndo tumeanza kufikiria how we want to raise our kids better. I have candid conversations. Can I say so? Can I tell you? Can I ask you a question that I was asked by my 7-year-old son? Easy. Okay, it's not rated R,
No,
but
it's okay.
okay. So my son asked me the other day, Mom, why? Actually, he said, "Boot, Mom, why are boot cheeks considered private parts?" Then I was like, "Boot, yeah, like
us."
I was like, butt cheeks. So why do we say butt cheeks are private parts? And then I started to explain to him, and I was like,
come to think of
why
it,
they are butt cheeks private parts?
Mbona nyash ni private part.
Katikati ndio private part, but so those are I love that I can have such conversations with my son, and I actually laughed about it. I was like, by the way, it's a very good question.
My daughter asked me, Dad, why are you not married again?
Nilivunjwa roho. Maybe I'm a bitter person and my heart will never go on. My heart will never go on.
So we had to sit down the whole conversation. I had to explain to her why I took some time off, but now they didn't know. I was like, but now Dad is back to dating. And at the right time, I'll introduce you guys to the person.
That's beautiful.
All right. So, but I had to, because I'm raising girls.
Gen Alpha are raising us. Have you noticed?
Literally, they keep us on check.
Gen Alpha are raising us.
The day I scolded the 11th, I was like, Debbie, $1 was, Dad.
Calm down.
Down.
You can say that without shouting.
Dad, you're shouting. I was like, I want war. I want to validate my age and my position in your life.
I said some words to my son. I was like, don't call me that. That's not who I am. Yeah, nikajita mkutano. Kajiuliza. Mbona umeita mtoto wako hizo vitu nimemwita? Kajita mkutano. Yeah. Gen Alpha raising us. Gen Alpha raising us.
So Avril is now, of course, high school.
Yes.
You sing in high school as well at this time?
Yeah. So
See you.
sasa freedom sasa wajua kwa sababu
God.
niko high school, niko boarding, nini.
Which high school was that?
I was so I started at Moi Forces Academy Lanet. Shule ya jeshi.
MFAs. Oh, gosh,
Mademu wa
damn.
MFA. Sijui kama if you don't know about us. Get to know about us. So I was in MFA, nikaanzisha strike, nikasuspendiwa. Alafu,
wait, now that you're off
vile
that school.
nilisuspendiwa. This is a story I think.
Yeah.
Apparently, generation after generation of students at MFA are always told by the Avril started a strike in this school. Let me set this record straight.
How embarrassing.
No, it's not embarrassing. I was fighting for the people. Nilitwa kwa boardroom, kulikuwa na makano na mabrigadia na wangalia nikasichana kana toshana hivi. You know how short I am, eh? So you can imagine how short I was.
You were short even
when
that
I
time.
was younger. Oh my God.
Uh-huh.
So apparently wakasema ati nilianzisha strike. No, it's just that there's some crazy corporal punishment that was happening at that time. And I stood up for the injustice. Na by the siku nilisuspendiwa lakini siku expeliwa kwa sababu I brought my case and I was like, guys, is this okay? Honestly, is it? But after that, of course, unakuwa target.
Kale kasichana keupe.
Unakuwa ka target kiasi. My dad was like, you know what? Nah, let me take it. In fact, it was a conversation that I was supposed to have had way before. My dad was supposed to have that conversation with me way before because he always wanted me to go to Uganda for my studies. So nikapakiwa, nikaingizwa kwa kamba na nikapelekwa wapi? Kampala, Uganda. And that is where I studied until senior 6.
Hey, yes. St. Lawrence.
No, I was not in St. Lawrence. St. Lawrence, for the guys who don't know, St. Lawrence is like where all the Kenyan students go to.
Yeah, even my dad was very keen on me going to St. Lawrence. I was like,
sitaki kuharibu. Mnataka nichome. No, I was in St. Joseph's Girls in Zambia, and Zambia is one of the hills, the 7 hills that surround Kampala. It was a missionary school, so nilitoka military school. Nikaenda missionary school. Nikafunzwa maadili. Yeah, nikafunzwa values. Became a good girl. I've always been a good girl. Huko pia nikachukua leadership roles. Sikuanzisha kitu yoyote. The school was really nice. Yeah, and I finished. I cleared my senior 6. I was supposed to go to Makerere University, but the course I wanted to take was art. I really wanted to do art, like as in art, but industrial. Something that is going to translate into a career. Mi nakwambia, always, you're thinking of the future. Utakuwa artist, fantastic, but how is it going to be able to? So I kept on looking for, in fact, another thing I attribute to my dad is him telling me, I need you to look for people who are in that career and ask for meetings with them. Imagine? Nilikuwa natumia tu watu mabarua, random people.
Who did you say?
I would go in, so that at least this is the new age, internet and everything.
Yeah, you're on yahoo.com.
Yeah.
And Hotmail.
Torah AV at yahoo.com. Natuma email by there. Because I was like, okay, so if I'm going to do art, I find out what are some of the careers that I can be able to pursue with a degree in art. And they're like multimedia, and I'm like, okay, interesting. Then I find someone who's actually in that space. I literally sent in a job application to Nation Media when I was in high school to ask if I could be an intern at radio, at just anything, just do something so I could be able to see how my career, they politely declined because I was too young. But those are the things I've always done. By the way, I'm so audacious. Oh my God. Now that I'm having this, I'm reliving all these years. I'm like, I've had so much audacity in my life. What's the worst they'll say? No. right?
Just send it.
Life is not gonna end from there, is it?
Mm.
So I was audacious a couple of things. I met some doctors because I thought maybe I wanted to be a gynecologist for the longest time. But not gynecologist, sorry, pediatrician, because I love kids. So for the longest time, I thought I was going to be in that space. Then nikaanza kufanya sciences. Niko na pathway yangu system. Pathway yangu system. Nikakubali tu. Nikasema tu hai through. It is well. It is well. Kuna karatasi ilikuwa inaitwa physics paper 2. That was now applied physics. God, nilikuwa naanguka. Nilikuwa naanguka.
Please don't mention physics and geography.
Mathematics fantastic. But then nafanya math nini. Mi na Wahoo.
Mm-hmm.
You know Wahoo has a whole degree in mathematics,
Yeah.
So mi na Wahoo lakini kifika haiwezekani. So when I was getting into not a degree, she has a PhD, my God.
Oh, by the way,
whether that's PhD in mathematics.
I don't know if guys know that, by the way.
People do not know this.
Well, who has that? Then Nameless.
Nameless is a full architect. Yes. Look on ADD.
Oh.
School of Architecture, Design and Development, University of Nairobi. So. I started sending out messages, letters. You remember Gaetano Kagwe?
Yeah, Gaetano Kagwe.
That time he was a radio presenter in UG.
It still is, right? I think it's at KFM.
Oh, is it?
Is it KFM or it should be KFM.
Yeah. When I was in high school, I sent him a letter.
Oh.
I was like, you know what? Let me just try and do something. Let me just see what will happen. I sent letters and letters. I had interviews with people, just asking them, okay, so what does it feel to do your job? You know? And I used to actually go in Mandikama questions down, and they're answering, and I'm figuring out, is this really what I want to do? I wasn't sure. Then as I continued to just find out about art and the business of art, I landed on industrial design. I was like, what is this? This is something I think I can convince my dad to do.
At this point, you're looking for something to
kwa sababu nikienda kumwambia tu nafanya art.
The art
it needs to make sense. It needs to make sense. So I went and I started doing a lot of research on industrial design. And it was being offered at the University of Nairobi. So I told my dad, my journey in Uganda is coming to an end. Yeah, this chapter of my life is over. And I'd love to go to the University of Nairobi to study industrial design. And they were like, yo, nini, tutaenda ku find out. And my dad gave me so much. By the way, as in, guide your kids, but don't like stifle them. Yeah. Because I was guided to a very beautiful path. And that's where I ended up. I ended up at the University of Nairobi, School of Art and Design. Yeah. And I studied product design. Mi naza kutengeneza kikombe from scratch. Nikuonyeshe the reasons why you should use this material, not the other material. We did glass blowing, we did photography, we did clay work, and that's now where my everything came from, my company. Because, it came from everything that I learned in school. And I utilized my degree fully. Now I have another job somewhere else. The reason why I needed my degree is because I applied for another job somewhere and it something happened. And all this because I had like a degree that I got from the University of Nairobi. Sika, that degree.
It's because it took so much time to get it. I love how you focus it so much on education, and I hope the ones who are watching, the Gen Zs, are able to.
Knowledge is power. You can't move without knowledge.
I came to know that because I have had thousands of job offers, even through my dad, through myself as a person, to get various positions, even in terms of communication director. You told Ofweneke, can you do corporate director? I've had 3 offers of 3 counties as director of communications.
Wapi cheti chako?
Then unakaa unajiambia, what? I quit uni second year Well, because this comedy thing was really coming up really fast. I've really had to go back to class. Not because I really need that degree, because the knowledge.
That's the thing.
Yeah, you sit in front of people. I sit in front of CEOs and give them a whole project plan. Like, this is what you guys should do, because I'm just an MC. But you realize these guys are talking about their quarter one. They realize this is why they failed.
Exactly.
They're like, Ofweneke, then I like,
Because
this is what
you have street smarts and you're in the ground.
exactly. Hey, they're like, what? That one will apply.
Yeah.
Then the head of the CEO calls it, Ofweneke, if you ever feel comedy is not working out,
Do this.
you're like, degree. So now I've really literally had to go back to class.
Yeah.
Because now I'm pursuing PR and diplomacy.
Very good.
And I'm now more than ever, I'm like seeing the essence of, we really need this.
Knowledge is power.
Knowledge
And you
is power.
see, when you have street smarts and then you couple it with this other side, where there's actually this wealth of knowledge, you become
It's massive.
become
Now
a
become a
force.
powerhouse. You become a force.
become a force.
All this time, you mentioned about school, about you growing up, and are your siblings watching? Are they being cautioned? Like, dare you? Imba. Are they is that a mom cautioning them?
No.
So pate kwa microphone.
No. Oh, now my brother was on stage, Sasa.
Oh,
He
God.
was in theater. The first time I saw him on stage, I was so shocked because he was so good. But he had now he took STEM. He's now on the other side.
Oh,
My brother can open for your computer and put it back together and tell you this diode is supposed to connect to this, it's supposed to connect to this. This is the motherboard, it's supposed to do this. Now he means
He's a
that now he's
coder.
on that side. And it's been amazing because he has an amazing company that deals with a lot of search engine optimization, digital marketing, and all that stuff. He explains it to me, and I go like, "Tululu,
Windows closing, shut down.
tululu," and he's so passionate about it. And he's so passionate about it.
My
Yani,
goodness.
he's a boy who's just he's so excited about science and technology and all that stuff.
So how do we get to Ogopa?
How do we get to Ogopa? It's quite an interesting story.
We here for it.
Haya. So mimi ndo huyu sasa nianze wapi yake? Wacha nianze na bedroom studios zile za Nakuru, si ndio? So here na hiyo kikombe niko na OCD. Hiyo kikombe itaanguka. Si usikume tu kiasi.
Iko poa kwa sababu mimi niko na OCD so naicheki.
Usikume tu kiasi tu. Thanks. No, I cannot. Without having to dart my eye on that
Oh my
side.
goodness.
So I start my unofficial career when I'm in high school. Because this is the era of Akina Isa. Remember, the only kind of music that we were listening to before modern age music is, we used to listen to a lot of rumba in Kenya. Yeah. And that was basically the only music. I love Kido, and that's why I loved culture. Did you go for culture last year?
Yes, I want to.
Yeah.
Amazing. I
Yeah?
love how millennials stand up. Big one.
You know? Because we were kids when all these artists
So it's just
were
nostalgia.
coming
all
into
over.
the scene. And I was listening to music and going like, oh my God, it's possible. And there was such a fascination in my heart, in my space, in my spirit about the creation of this music. They say that when you start feeling something in your system, it means that's where you're supposed to be, right?
Exactly.
And when you're so excited about something, do we call it passion? I want to call it passion, but I'm very
calling,
scared.
Assignment.
I think that's a better word. 'Cause I'm very scared about passion. Passion has led people
Yeah, passion.
the
I
wrong
think
way a lot.
As little passion is when you're not in control of it.
Thing, isn't it?
Assignment is when it's well defined. There's a path to it. There's a structure to it.
Sawa. Nilifunzwa kufanya hivi.
Street smart.
Usijui kama unajua kufanya hivi.
My daughter,
clock
as a
it.
comedian, I don't like it. Because you do jokes together like, wow. You're like, no, I want this.
Apparently, hii ya kwanza ni ku affirm, alafu ni ku clap.
They even in to it.
Yeah, the different fingers mean different things. Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, turudi kwa
I'm feeling your riz.
You know the word riz? Oh, wow.
My daughters again.
Gen Alpha raising us.
Hey, this guy's, oh my goodness.
Gen Alpha are raising us. So, I get this fascination, and I'm like, I can actually create this. And then I was very led. I call it very spiritual. I don't like using the word spiritual, but it was very spiritual. It's in the it was led. I was guided. Immediately I started having that fascination. Then I started meeting people. And the first person I met was someone who took me to someone who creates beats on Fruity Loops.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yo, everyone hivi, da, 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 da. And this guy started making a beat. And I was like, what? It's possible to
You didn't think of
actually
dating him?
do this.
Like, this is the
I
guy.
was a baby. I was a child.
Uh-huh.
So early teens, I think 14, 15 up with on. Then I started writing music. I don't know. I cannot explain it. You know the way you find yourself somewhere and you have no idea how you got there? That is me. That is me. I was led to start thinking about writing music. And I'm like, okay. So if I sing like this, and I start listening to Akina Mariah, and I'm like, oh, okay. This person actually started from somewhere. So let me listen to them. And then there's a singer who later on taught me always really get into the story of the person who you look up to. So if you really like Beyonce, learn about her, learn her life, where she started, how she got into this space, how she does
That's a
things.
very dangerous
You know?
statement because
Mhm.
I apologize for interjecting.
Yeah.
I got to know so much about Steve Harvey because he's the guy I was looking. I respect him,
Yeah.
but I removed him from the list of my role models
Yeah.
because realize I got so much into Steve Harvey
Yeah.
until our lives started becoming a copy and paste.
Yes.
From the birthday,
Yes.
I am Jan 17th, and I didn't know. And he's in and out of marriages. And I realized, oh my goodness. I was like, where?
Recover.
So I put him as one of the guys I respect in terms
Yeah.
of TV hosting and everything.
Yeah.
But it's like in terms of, I should probably not look up to
Leaning
him
too
so much.
much. Oh gosh.
Uh-huh.
Then who inspires Steve Harvey?
Steve Harvey, I think Steve Harvey was Richard Pryor.
Yeah.
Yes, Richard Pryor. So
Wow.
it all goes way back.
That's an interesting tale, isn't it? Because
Yes.
of the life that Richard Pryor lived.
Exactly, yes.
As in
It was
literally a
on-
mirror, right?
And I'm like, wait, I need to be careful.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's like a transference, isn't it? If you know
Sp-
about
energy,
transference.
spirit, yeah.
Exactly. Energy transference. But Sister Mimi, I started learning about the musical journeys, yes, the family and all this stuff. And then I started going into the person who inspires the other person who inspires the other person. And it's actually something I've noticed that even in my entrepreneurship classes, that we are taught, like read about the founders of America, read about the fathers of America. Henry Ford. You want to be in manufacturing, read about that person, see what used to inspire, and then you learn so much about what you're getting yourself into from the lives of other people. So I started learning and learning and learning. And I started learning about Akina Amani, Akina Wahoo. Guess where I ended up? Ogopa DJs. How did I end up at Ogopa DJs? It is such a trippy story because I was a volunteer for Red Cross throughout my high school. Yeah. They used to come to school, who wants to be a volunteer? I'm like, I'd like to be a volunteer. What am I supposed to do? So just learn basic first aid, anything that happens in school, at least you're on you're at the frontiers. You're the one who's taking care of people. I'm like, okay, cool. So I learned about that. And then Red Cross does a project with with a couple of industry people for Jazalori. So Jazalori was actually a project that was looking at there's this whole drought season in Kenya, and we're really looking. people in North Kenya,
Mm.
trying to see if we can get relief food. There was relief food, but now we made it a whole,
So whole
a
campaign.
whole campaign. And Red Cross volunteer to the rescue.
Let's go.
Na
Judith.
nimemaliza nini? Nimemaliza Form 4. I'm Form 6, so I'm back. I'm back in Kenya. I'm like, this could be interesting. Now remember, when throughout high school, I used to take my pocket money. I spend like a quarter of it. The rest, I leave it in that studio in Nakuru.
But I mean, the
So
currency there would allow.
Niko na demo, by the way. So niko na demo already that I made in high school. Niko naitagwa msanii kutoka kitambo. So, so I have my demo, and every single place, I'm so proud of this demo. I go everywhere, and that's the song that I have. That's the song that I have. It used to be called Katika.
That was the song.
Liko gospel, by the way.
Well, you all start
Nilianza
from
kama
gospel.
msichana mzuri sana, lakini
Ulianza na roho.
nilianza na roho. But roho amekuwa always.
No, I mean, every time I call you, I hear your gospel songs.
I know,
as
right?
your
People don't
skills
even
talk.
know I have a gospel song. Yes, I have a gospel song. Go and stream. So, you're going to Katika, and we're Katikaing for who? For Jesus. So, don't
What is the name of that time? What is the name?
Still Avril.
Oh, still Avril. Oh,
Yeah.
you stuck by that name.
I've stuck by Avril from when I was in high school. And the reason for that is because I was born in April. Alafu I started learning French. Alafu nikasema najita Avril. Alafu jina yangu ya kipaimara ikakuwa hivyo Avril. Nimeona mtu akifanya sign of the cross hapa hivi anajua kipaimara inamaanisha nini.
She's in my Pentecostals.
My Pentecostals.
My God is good.
Holy Ghost fire. So, yeah, so that became my name. And because I have this demo and there's a whole campaign and it's going to be artists, like, again, nakumbuka ile word, Audacity. Nikaenda nikamwambia organizers, by the way, I'm an upcoming artist and I have a song. Can I perform before the other artists come on stage? Sure. Get in. Go. Perform. Yo. Big Ted, by the way, a picture na Lizzie post. He was the person who actually was behind the whole campaign. So he posted them some time back. I'm like, oh, guy. Alafu Uganda, we never used to be allowed to have hair. So I had short hair. Like, nilikuwa nimekatwa nywele hivi. Unaona hiyo nywele yako hata ni refu. Hivyo.
Can't even imagine.
We used to have the shortest hair because they used to say that it's easy to manage in a boarding school. So when I'm coming out of school, I still have my short hair. We up on the stage, we perform. My cousin was there. She helped me. Her name is Melissa. Melissa was also on stage. And we're just there. We're jamming. We're performing. Then, event iko na nani? Event iko na Longomba. Iko na Nyashinsky. I still have those photos to date. Yeah, I used to walk around with a camera like a Polaroid. Not a Polaroid, but I know the one for actually like developing photos. Yeah. Niko na hizo photos zangu zote nimezeka tu mahali. So I'm meeting all these people and it's so exciting. And then throughout the entire campaign, I used to hang out with a guy called Banda. Yes. Banda was A&R, Ogopa DJs, and he used to manage a lot of the artists at Ogopa DJs. And I tell him, but I'm really serious about this thing. The following week, I had a meeting with Lucas Bikedo, producer, Ogopa DJs, head producer, Ogopa DJs. Luki looks at me, goes like, are you sure? All this money you're going to spend in music, si ufungue tu duka. Because music is very unpredictable. You don't know if people are going to accept you or not. There's a formula to it, but it's very intense. Are you sure you're in it? Come by yes.
Audacity.
Let's do this.
Audacity.
When I'm hata sijafika 18, sawa.
You're not 18 yet?
I wasn't 18.
Over.
So, they don't want me to release any music until I get to at least past 18. So, mimi ule msanii na uga tu studio. All the time. So frustrated.
January, February.
Niko zile za mona does and I had not joined campus yet. Okay. So I joined campus, and this is now when Lucas goes like, okay,
it's time.
Let's now start thinking of something. So he calls me to studio. One day, saizi niko second year uni. I was just getting into second year uni. And he calls me and he's like, Ebu, come. There's a chorus I want you to sing hapa hivi. I'm like, okay. Mimi huyo. Alafu sasa hizo wewe ni student. Una survive tu.
Itakuja
So,
cheka.
so hata means of transport ni kaguu. Unatembea kila mahali. Okay. Ndo mimi nimeingia studio. Sorry. Ndo mimi nimeingia studio. Kasikizishwa ngoma fulani niko zile za. Sorry. Whose chorus is this I'm supposed to sing on? Yeah, there's an artist from Tanzania called AY. Of course I know AY. AY was the biggest rapper at the time in East Africa.
I mean, you're talking to a millennial right here.
I'm like, pressure. So sing these words, just in your own interpretation. First and foremost, hold up. How are you guys not so excited about the fact that this is AY? I was so excited. So they tell me, okay, so sing this, sing. I'm so excited, but I'm so scared at the same time. But I can't show. Kwa sababu nimekuwa nikicomplain ngoma zangu mbona hamni, mbona hata kari yangu hata sijui. Lucky has me do the chorus. Wakatumia AYL. Dada mgani huyo? Nani huyo? Ni msanii ni totally not. Hamngempatia like nani Wahoo pia aweze kujaribu. Wahoo also did a version of hers. But it was a reggae version of the same song. But then Leo has 2 versions. And he released both of them. And I think it was an experiment.
I think I know.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Leo has 2 versions. Reggae and now my version. Our version. And then we do this whole nini. And we're thinking I'm being sexy, nini. Sexy yetu hiyo time ni kuinua nini nguo ifike tu hapa alafu maybe tufanye tu hip yako hivi. That was sexy enough. That was sexy enough. So by the time we're showing in fact so we call DJ Styles like kuna ngoma tunatoa na Avril amejituma maze. Styles looks at the video. DJ Styles looks at the video. It was like, I thought you guys said that it's sexy. What's sexy about it? I'm like, you did not see the way I was dancing and I was embracing the mic? You're not seeing that? But anyway, so we used to have that culture, by the way. I feel like we need that in this industry that we're in, where we had a very good relationship in the industry. Artists, DJs,
it was an ecosystem.
It was an ecosystem. And for me, that has always been like my prevailing work. Structure, yes. Ethos, by the way, has always been, we all have to work together. Can we know who is in charge of Kisii County? Can we know who's in charge of Murang'a County? Club zote huko, nani ndo mwenye DJs ni akina nani? And then you become friends. Yeah? That's the reason why I perform everywhere. Mi hata nikienda Lodwa, niko na show kwa sababu nani? Probably mwenye wa club, ama the DJs there, kina DJ Sule, big shout out to DJ Sule. Guys in Eldoret as well. We're friends. It's someone who can call me niaje, niko na kitu nafanya huku, tuende. Kuna budget ya how much? Mazesi mob lakini. And then you're also a business person. Kuna time gig inajipa. Then kuna matime by then ya kusukuma. Unaona? So you always have to have, you need to be a business person. You can't be stuck in your ways ni celeb.
Wow.
Kama una approach kama mfanyi biashara, ni biashara, ni kazi. Si kwenda maglitz and glam, nini, unaenda kusumbua watu, unataka sijui chupa ngapi kwa meza, sijui nini, because aesthetics, guys, you'll never be booked for any shows. So just be disciplined and do it. But anyway, so DJ Styles comes, listens to the song, like, it's a nice song, it's a nice jam. And that's where my career started, officially. So after that, there was no way Ogopa was going to let this opportunity go. I go to Tanzania, we record another song with AY, but ended up doing it with someone else. And then I come back and now, tuingie kazi sasa. Leo chomokas. Immediately after. And then also we had this beautiful relationship with entertainment writers and all these people. So by the time your song is coming out, we had a rollout where is there a press release? There's a press release. Who has the song? People have the song. When are we dropping it? It's dropping on this day. And we did a premiere. So by the time your song is on radio, and I saw it, in fact, I learned this from Tanzania. Yo, those guys, when they do their rollout, there's no other song you're going to listen to for the next
It's
3
that
months.
will bombard your ears
Will
like
you
nonsense.
will love this song by force by fire. And that is the same,
My God.
it's the same formula that we
When-
took
when
and
do
ran
you-
with.
No, when do you hear yourself for
I
the
was in
first
the
time?
supermarket.
Goddamn.
Uchumi.
Uchumi gani?
Uchumi Capital Center. Because I used to stay in South B. Nilikuwa naishi nyuma ya studio. Kwa SQ.
Oh yeah, I remember the studios used to be there. Hey, I say you've taken it back in the days, yo.
Nilikuwa naishi kwa SQ nyuma ya studio.
So you're on the aisle picking something on the
Nachukua
shelf.
tu vitu, and then I'm like, that sounds familiar.
Hmm.
Hold up, that's my song.
Come on.
And
Ulilipa.
and I was like, oh my God. And I can't even tell anyone. Sijui ni nani ni unaangalia because like, guys.
No, wala madema Unilever BS or Unilever na blue bag.
Oh my goodness. It was such a surreal feeling. You're listening to your own and taking time for it to get there. This is Kiss 100 and you're listening to
Look at Fresh Started.
was it when you're
Who's doing Kalechi's the one doing Fresh Started at that time.
Was it Kalechi?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kalechi's the one used to do
It's
Fresh Started
Kalechi.
at that time.
So nilisikiza yangu man, I'm so excited. I'm so happy. And then after that, now it just spiraled. Who is this new kid on the block? Now there are articles, there's this, there's that. Guys, ningia kwa mat mtu ananijua. That's where my hat came from, by the way. Me, I've never been a person who's, even to date, people still see me in hats when I'm in a supermarket. I've never been that person who is excited about fame. Because for one, fame is not currency.
Yeah.
Whatsoever. Currency is currency. Money is money. Power is power. Glissy.
That's how it.
I've never been that person who's really, can I say I'm shy? Yes. Extremely shy. But it takes me a minute.
You've worked on it over the years.
Hata vile nimeingia hapa kwa room nilikuwa nimenyamaza kwanza. I have to first read people, climatize, and then I become myself. Over the years, I have worked on it, correct? Yeah. I have.
So for the first time, after many episodes of more than 1.5 years of this show,
yeah,
for the first time, nimekuja guest. It's because I knew. I was like, oh my goodness, I know. I just have to go for her. I can't send anybody else to go for her.
I'm pretty shy, but other people don't think I'm shy because the moment that I know I'm in a safe space, I'm with people who are my people, then I open up. Apparently kuna a new character trait that has come out the other day. It's called ombovert. So is it omo? I'm a ombo, one of the two. That one. I'm not an introvert. I'm not an extrovert.
Yeah, somebody called me that as well.
I'm an ombovert.
You adapt. I just think you are
to the energies in the room.
It's something of sort.
So scary. I don't want to be that person. I want to have my own energy. If I'm an introvert, I'm an introvert. I'm a person. It's all these grays in between that confuse life, isn't it? But anyway, so yeah, my song with AY, or rather my feature with AY blows up. Then I do a song called Mama blows up. In fact, Mama came first, I think. I'm not so sure. But yeah. So Mama
is when this girl has vocals.
And then people keep on saying I can't sing.
No, but you had vocals. Like, was that part of oh Mama? I was like, I'm like, damn girl.
Imagine. So people were listening to me and they're like, who is this? Who's this girl? Sasa niko kampo. Makofia zangu ndo nisijulikane kwa sababu nikitoa tu hivi nikiwa campus, msanii msanii. People used to, it was quite interesting, a journey. Then
we get to the most controversial song ever.
And then Maria and Mustafa also signed to Ogopa. We all signed around the same time because Ogopa was doing a whole restructure from the older artists, Akina Amani, Wahoo, Nameless, Isa. I remember
Mm.
this is coming after Isa has passed away. And so there's this whole, okay, so what are you guys going to do? And they're like, we're going to start all over again. Let's get a new crop of artists and let's invest in them and let's do this. And then Maria, actually, Alpha Fakoli, I don't know if you remember Alpha.
From afar.
Yeah.
Mm.
Alpha Fakoli, Mustafa, we're all seated on a table. And then Luki's like, you two chicks need to do a song. And I'm like, sounds
Why
good.
not?
Why not? Then we start all writing together. And Chokoza is born from that table hapo tu hivo. And there's some parts where we're supposed to sing some things. And then Luki's like, piga shot, aingeni studio. So I go,
Now I know where this part came from.
Aujui kama napenda machani, ama madam. Alafu we are laughing. If you listen to that song properly, you hear those laughs.
Umesema shots, and I was like, that's where that lady came from.
Tulikuwa tumepiga shot tu fulani tu.
Where?
Tulikuwa tuna feel nice.
Unajua
Tulikuwa
tumekata
nice.
aje?
I know.
Because we don't know much about Maya yet.
Yes.
We know about Avril, and Avril, you become this celebrity crush to a lot of us. They're like, first of all, there are two aspects Avril has introduced. One, we don't know what lesbianism is, first of all.
And I know the elephant in the room. Everyone was waiting for my statement about by the way tumeona mapicha flani mahali.
Yes.
So unapenda made, mama
Hey,
unapenda
then the photo's
maboy.
trended.
And I'm like, so you know what? The late CK taught me something. If people are not talking about you, that's what is dangerous. Yeah?
Mm.
So you had better have people talk about you. So because everyone is waiting for a response, keep quiet and give them content. And that has been my life forever and ever. So you think you know me, but you really don't, do you? And that's been my life. So Chokoza came with a lot of guy.
Did Dad ask?
Let's go back to that word.
My
Audacity. We
I
never
want
had
you.
that conversation.
Never.
We never had that
Mom.
conversation. Because he knows me. You know your child. You know your child.
Yeah.
And you see, we were at an age where we were not training our parents about. But then nowadays, I trained my mom. So, mom, kuna story itatokea. Kuna kitu sijafanya lakini naambiwa nimefanya. So, yeah, I just wanted you to be the first person who knows about
It's a lie.
this. Yeah. Or if it's true, just say it's true.
Yeah.
Yeah? Nikubali vile niko, we ndo ulinizaa. So, let's do this, you know? So, yeah, my mom has grown a very tough skin over the years. Firstborn daughter. Okay. But yeah.
Did you ever have a collision
Mhm.
as like every other artist during that age with Pinye?
Apin is my boy. No, we all had. But let me tell you why.
Mm.
Pinye is a perfectionist. And over the years, the beat was his baby. The beat was Pinye aliniambia tu live. But this message za mangoma zako mpaka sasa zile utatoa ngoma. That makes sense. Why lie? Mama was played on Mother's Day. Akaniambia next Mother's Day. Kwa sababu iko na the word mama. Sawa. Then after that akaniambia okay. So because I used to keep on taking stuff and it's like not there. Yo, when Chokoza came out, it was beat of the week for sijui how long. When Hakuna Yule came out, it was beat of the week for sijui how long. Kitu kimoja. Now he told me, okay, now you're doing music. He was a perfectionist. People have said the things that they need to say about Pinye. And I'm not saying this because I was on the beat.
Look at you.
Lilipwa
Beat of the week, like how many
kuperform.
weeks?
Ile tu siku juzi
Yeah, the
tu.
beat juicy.
But you know, the older you get, now you start understanding
Yeah.
things.
Mm.
And if we did not have standards to this industry, by the ingekuwa joke of an industry. And those standards were set by people like him. Regardless of what, you're not mastering your songs properly. And you want to be on a global stage. And you cannot even be on on that
Not
stage.
even a local one.
You know, you don't want to master your songs. The production is subpar. How are we going to compete internationally? Hmm? Platforms zimekuja saizi by the akina Spotify and all these guys. And there's a standard. And you know, by the way, that used to happen with Trace. We used to send our music to France back in the day. Trace is now in Kenya, of course. But back in the day, we had to send, and you had to write everything on that track. Mpaka yani format umetuma nayo, and they had their own specs that you had to put there. If your song is not mastered the way it's supposed to be mastered, it's going to disqualify you immediately. So it's like he was teaching us, these are the standards internationally. The Nigerians came to learn about the music industry in Kenya. They took what they learned and they went back with it.
Look at that.
And blew up as an industry. In fact, we are all thought to be Nigerians because of how they've sold their culture, how they've sold their
We have this conversation sometimes, and we actually, I don't know if I'm right to say this. Afrobeat is actually Kenyan.
Afrobeat is Kenyan.
It was our genre that they came, studied, left with it.
They've said it. It's not something we're speculating. They've said it. They have said it time and time again that the journey for the Nigerian music industry started in Kenya. Because we're the ones who are actually paying attention to a lot of, the rules. Our gatekeepers and our gate people, I don't want to call them keepers, but the people who are actually creating the gates, they were very specific about the kind of content that we should be putting out there. And it was a standard. There were industry standards from all over the world. If you even look at copyright, we're the biggest copyright entity when it comes to the creative economy in Africa after South Africa. Nigeria, juzi tuno from 1988, when they did the Copyright Act, is when they're receiving their first fees from copyright from 1988.
I mean, the likes of Kinafela, all of them.
Families zao ndo zitakulia. But in Kenya tuko kuku tunashindaga tukifight. MCSK
1,227.
Alafu unaangalia how much are they collecting, how much are they disbursing. What honestly are you entitled to as an artist? Do you even know your rights? There are 8 different rights in music. Are you collecting from every one of them? In fact, I think Razimeenda juu. What is a mechanical right?
They don't know.
What is Kenya Copyright Board supposed to do for musicians? What is Communications Authority of Kenya supposed to do for musicians? But here we are. Currency gani? Same currency.
Dorime lazima happen.
Ndo hiyo sasa.
Shisha mbili, chesa mbili.
Yet the artists who understand their rights, who come to Kenya and they collect and go back. So, wow. Unafuata vile inafaa kufuatiliwa. Lakini si tunataka kupiga makelele, tuseme sijui. The reason why I'm saying this is because there was a post that created a lot of controversy. But guys, it's the law, it's the constitution. You can't work on anything legal if you're not involving the people who are actually standing
the source
for that particular. Because we've been in parliament talking about the music policy that we wanted to be in place. Yeah, we've talked about all these constitutional rights that musicians have. But if we keep on having these trivial fights left, right, and center, we're never going to accomplish anything. Yeah, music is one of the few products in the market that is taxed, I think, like 3 times, from the person who is issuing the platform all the way to the artist. By the time it's trickling down to the artist, unasikia ati collect 100 million, mimi nimepatiwa 1,000 aje. But if you look at it, it makes sense. Kwa sababu the skiza guys wame taksiwa wakapatiana kwa mtu mwenye ulipatia content yako ndo aweze kusukumia, pia akapatiwa taxes zake, akakuja kwako na pia umekulwa tax. Uhuru, the previous president President Uhuru actually addressed it. But you see, all these addresses cannot be made if we are just there for the fame. Yeah. Saizi, we have a big problem with the blank levy. The blank levy is basically a license that is paid. I'm sorry but you can go and check this True, but blank levy is a levy that is imposed on each and every single gadget that comes into the country, each and every single
Oh, yeah.
CD, all these things that will carry any kind of audiovisual content. There's a levy to it. And I think, was it September 2023, if I'm not mistaken, it was passed into law and people have been paying it. Alafu all of a sudden, all our entities wakaanza kupigana who is supposed to be able to distribute this money. Hiyo pesa ikafungwa.
Sasa iko tu.
Sasa iko tu inazaana tu. Lakini kama wasanii tunapigania nini? And it's not little money.
Wow. I think
So if we fight for the right things, I feel like this industry can evolve into something beautiful. Gone are the days, again, that post again, I go back to it. We're supposed to be collecting our rights. We're supposed to issue licenses. It can't just be one person. Alafu, imagine, wewe ndio mwenye hapa. Si ndio? Wewe, accountant wako hajui pesa yenye inaingiaga. Hata tuseme wewe, hapana. Tuseme, wewe tumekupatia kazi. Sawa? Mimi nimekupatia kazi ya kufanya nini, ya kunichungia hapa. Alafu you say, by the way, watu wanaingia hapa wanafaa kulipa pesa fulani. Sawa. Aya, wanakuja wanakulipa wewe. Wewe ndo unaambia ni pesa ngapi?
I mean, I'm the face.
Wewe ndo tunalipa, si ndio? Sawa. Unalipwa. Alafu mwenye hii place haumpatiagi report, unambega tu tulicollect, by the way, hii pesa na hii ndo imebaki after kufanya repairs kwa hapa na kulipa watu ni nini. Alafu kimuuliza audit anasema dakika moja na take time. Alafu sasa inabidi mtu mkubwa kuniliko mimi na wewe ndo anakuja sasa kufanya nini, kusema okay, sasa by the way we need to see these books, and then that's when you comply. And then you start seeing mnafaa kutumia only 30% kufanya administration work na kutengeneza hii place, mbona mnatumia 80%? Alafu unaanza kusema you know, how many years? Many years.
How many 80%?
Exactly. So it's a big conversation that we need to have, because now we are no longer just musicians, and it's a whole economy, and it's a huge economy, because now look at all the platforms that are coming into Africa.
Wow.
Yeah. TikTok the other day, Meta said they are going to start paying royalties for people who are putting content, because it's part of a greater space, isn't it? So yeah, it's beautiful.
Gosh, I hope the young generation of creatives have actually get a little bit
so
of
much to
knowledge
say about this topic, but
I
I'm
could see
myself. Because it goes even to contracts. The people who are coming into this space and they're giving guys terrible contracts. Story for another day.
Thank you so much, love.
Thank you.
My goodness. I think for me, my take home is Audacity. Knock that door, send that mail, DM that person. Go for it.
Yeah.
What is the worst that can happen?
They'll say no.
Gosh. Thank you so much for coming on the
Thank
show.
you for having me, Maisha.
I know.
But anyway, it was fun. It was amazing. I really loved this. A lot of lessons that I have had in my 30s is live life audaciously. You only hear once. And just make it a good one.
Make it a good one.
And whatever you feel like you can do.
Life doesn't have to have one chapter.
It does not have to have one chapter. Live your life and live it to the fullest.
Gosh. And of course, you don't need to be stressed about only one option of sending money back at home.
I'm sorry. Life is full of entrees. Don't fill up on the bread.
Nice. You study a lot.
I do.
I love.
Yeah.
Hey, where is it mse dimwit? Mtu wa kusoma tu Facebook status peke yake na WhatsApp na kucheka na memes. My God.
One thing or three.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much, of course, for tuning in, of course, watching Lessons at 30 with Dr. Ofweneke. Our guest lecturer on the show has been the one and only Avril. Love, and I think we have learned so much about from branding, from understanding yourself, intellectual property, grief, and of course, starting up. Ladies, and of course, more so wholesomely believing in yourself. And as you do that, ladies and gentlemen, please also believe that Lemfi got your back and has your money as well in full security. And you can send money in the safest, most trustable way from anywhere across the world back into Kenya, which is your home, only through Lemfi. So download the Lemfi mobile app right now and send money in the most trustworthy way. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't want to take too much of your time. God bless you wherever you are. Comment section, keep it open. Share and share and share. And to all the other TikTok pages that keep on helping, of course, in Sambazaing and some of the snippets, keep on doing it. God bless you so much. Have a good time. Of course, let's meet on the 11th of April at the Golden Eyes in Runda for the second edition of the biggest Luya event, Isukuti Fest, a VIP experience. Tickets are bought at the M Ticket. See you there.